What if RAIHAN from Sword and Shield had his own deck in the Pokemon trading card game? Taking influence from RAIHAN's team in the Galarian Star Tournament in the Sword and Shield video game, that's exactly what we're going to do today. RAIHAN, the Hammerlock gym leader in Sword and Shield, uses Dragon-type Pokemon, and luckily the Pokemon TCG has put out a plethora of strong Dragon-type cards recently. As I mentioned, we'll be using RAIHAN's team from the Galarian Star Tournament, in which he uses Flygon, Goodra, and Duraludon. For the purposes of making his deck as good as we can in the TCG, we are going to substitute Goodra with Hisuian Goodra, since Hisuian Goodra vstar has recently gotten printed as a vstar Pokemon that is very, very strong. Since RAIHAN's Galarian Star Tournament team is made up of only 3 Pokemon, and a Pokemon trainer can have 6 Pokemon in their party in the video games, I've elected to use Greninja, Crobat, and Hawlucha as RAIHAN's 4th, 5th, and 6th Pokemon. I specifically chose these 3 Pokemon because they can support RAIHAN's team in the Pokemon TCG, using Radiant Greninja, Crobat V, and Hawlucha. I built this deck with a focus on Flygon, Goodra, and Duraludon, using Flygon V, Hisuian Goodra vstar, and Duraludon vmax, all Dragon-type cards in the Pokemon trading card game. My goal is to win as many games as possible against meta decks on the Pokemon TCG Online Versus mode, and make use of all 3 of RAIHAN's Pokemon, Flygon, Goodra, and Duraludon, while using my drafted support Pokemon, Crobat, Greninja, and Hawlucha, to help out RAIHAN's Dragon-type Pokemon. On screen now is the full deck list that I built for RAIHAN, and you can find the PokemonCard.io link for this deck list in the description down below. Before we get into the battles, shout out to my sponsors, Dragon Shield Sleeves, my favorite sleeves in the game, and you can use my affiliate links in the description to help support my channel when purchasing Dragon Shield Sleeves. Beast Coast Pokemon, a collaborative Pokemon YouTube channel featuring Wolfie Glick, James Beck, Cybertron, myself, and Chaotic Meatball. PokemonCard.io, the ultimate Pokemon TCG database and deck building website, and PoTownStore.com for all of your PTCGO and PTCG Live code card needs. Use code CELIO for 5% off. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for daily Pokemon TCG content. Here in Game 1, we have a pretty good starting hand. We'll use Radiant Greninja to draw a couple of cards, and we'll get 2 Hisuian Goodra Vs down onto our bench to later evolve into V-Stars. Our opponent uses Battle VIP Pass to start getting their board set up, and they are using a Lost Zone deck, which will put cards into the Lost Zone purposely to activate powerful effects on their cards. One of those cards will be Cramorant, which can attack for free as long as they have 4 cards in the Lost Zone. They are also playing a line of Hisuian Goodra V-Star, and they'll be using the Mirage Gate card to accelerate energy, whereas we are using this Hawlucha card with Showboating Pose as our way to accelerate energy. Alright, so they knocked out my Hawlucha. That is, less than good. So let's evolve both Goodras, Ultra Ball away the bosses, and we're going to get a Crobat. Okay, so we got another Hawlucha. Let's concealed cards. Nice, Duraludon's good. As my opponent knocked out my Hawlucha last turn, here I am trying to devise a plan to rebench a new Hawlucha and use that one. This works. We'll use RAIHAN to go ahead and attach this here. And we're going to search out another energy. And we'll Showboating Pose water and grass to a Goodra. And that way it just needs metal. On this turn, we'll see my opponent evolve their Hisuian Goodra V up into a Hisuian Goodra vstar, draw some cards with Radiant Greninja's ability, and ultimately decide to use the Spit Innocently attack once again from Cramorant to knock out another Hawlucha. A Marnie would actually be really nice here because they have a huge hand. Unfortunately, that does not happen. I think we're probably done with Hawluchas for the game. I've decided that I want to use Professor's Research as my supporter for turn, and since it discards my entire hand to draw 7 cards, I want to make the most of the cards in my hand prior to playing it, so I'll go grab a Duraludon vmax from the deck and evolve it onto my Duraludon V prior to playing Professor's Research. And we'll go ahead and roll some iron. Okay, so they now have enough in the discard or in the lost zone to use Mirage Gate if they find the Mirage Gate and have enough of the energies in the deck. Yep, there's the gate. Oh, they're gonna go for the Crobat here. Okay. If I could draw into my other RAIHAN here, that'd be amazing. The RAIHANs just always show up at the right time. Playing the RAIHAN deck, the RAIHANs are just always here. Okay, and we also need a Metal Energy. Very good. And we'll go ahead and roll Iron. They definitely want to get another Goodra setup. I think I only have one more Metal Energy in the deck, which I'm going to need to get out. Okay, Escape Rope. We're definitely... Actually, let's see. They're down one boss. We're just going to give them the Greninja. Are they going to knock out the Greninja with Rolling Shell? They're trying to not have to use their V-Star power. And I don't think that's correct here. They're... Oh, okay, they're bringing out this Goodra again. I'm so confused. Okay, they are going to use Moisture Star. That means we can boss this up and knock it out. But we also have Marnie. I think we have to boss this and knock it out. We'll attach here. And Rolling Iron for 230 with the belt, knockout. We take 80 less damage next turn. Big Parasol not really going to do much in this matchup. So Escape Rope will send up this one. They get to swing into it. And we still have our V-Star power. And we get this. I don't think it's time to use it yet, though. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We needed the Metal Energy. Crap. I attached the Fighting thinking we needed the second Fighting, but we needed the second Metal. That's my bad for not double checking the energy cost. So if I Marnie here, I will send that Metal Energy to the bottom of the deck, which is very bad. But it might just be necessary. So let's see. One boss. We're definitely going to pop our V-Star power here to heal this. And then switch into this one. And because of that misplay, I think I do need to just not Marnie here and wait to, and hold the Marnie for next turn. Of course, if they have a boss, they could bring this up and try to trap it there. We do have Escape Rope left. Let's just double check that we have Escape Rope left in the deck. We do have Escape Rope in the deck. Okay. Oh, we still have another metal energy, so we can Marnie here. Okay. So we're gonna do this. And then we'll keep the Crobat in the deck. We'll get rid of the cave. Just thinning out the deck a little bit, sending these cards to the bottom. So I did make a misplay there, but hopefully it doesn't cost us. Okay, we need that metal energy. So yeah, we're just going to go down to 3 cards in deck. We got the metal energy. Beautiful. We'll Crystal Cave. Retreat. Oh, okay, and they scoop. Okay, so Gmax Pulverization would have knocked out the goodra there, and then they didn't have a response after that, and we would have taken our final prize card. Okay, we got goodra, we got Duraludon, we got Crystal Cave, we're going to attach an energy, and we're going to Crobat for 4. Very nice. So we can quick ball away an energy, and we'll get Radiant Greninja. And then Marnie, hopefully getting an energy here. We do get an energy. Beautiful. Concealed cards away a water. Let's go. And we'll Showboating Pose. Oh, I misplayed big time there. Paralyzing Bolt's going to stop us from playing items next turn, so we should have preemptively Ultra Balled for the Duraludon vmax or for the Goodra vstar. We still can draw with Radiant Greninja next turn though. Okay, so we have water and metal, and those are definitely going to go to the Goodra. Definitely a big oopsie there that I did not use my Ultra Ball prior to getting Paralyzing Bolted. They didn't need that Zigzagoon. They probably didn't realize that Hawlucha is weak to lightning. Marnie is great. Marnie is great for me. Cool. Professor's Research. That's a card we can play. And they end up whiffing energy and scooping? What? Oh my god, sometimes you could just win a game like that. The opponent whiffs energy and they rage quit. This game we are up against an Arceus vstar deck. They bench an Espeon V and pass over to us. We have a really playable hand starting out with Hawlucha, so we're going to try to get energies into the discard pile so that we can use Showboating Pose for its full effect to accelerate 2 energies to either our Hisuian Goodra V or our Flygon V. The Flygon V is going to be good in this matchup because it does extra damage to Pokemon VMAX, and the opponent is playing some Pokemon VMAX cards in their deck. It looks like we'll be able to get the full effect out of Showboating Pose here, which will be really, really good for us. The opponent does evolve up into that Espeon VMAX, so that's going to be a target for our Flygon later on. So the opponent's going to Trinity Charge there, giving us some extra time to set up our board as well. We can go ahead and conceal cards and energy away. And we can also Quick Ball an energy away. Although they are metal energies and we really would love to get some grass or fighting. Let's go ahead and grab this Crobat. We can attach this metal here. And we can also play down Crystal Cave and then Crobat for 4. Okay, we'll Ultra Ball away Duraludon and Flygon for Hisuian Goodra vstar. And then Marnie. So we could showboating pose, but the 2 metal energy are not going to help us very much. So what I think we'll do is retreat this and take the knockout with Hisuian Goodra vstar. The max Mindstorm is a little scary. It does 60 for each energy attached to all of my Pokemon. So it's a little scary to set up this Flygon when they still have their V-Star power unused, because they can just evolve into Arceus V-Star and then get the boss's orders, maybe even Choice Belt if they need it. So if they use their Starbirth here, that's going to be really good, because then I'm not going to have to be as worried about my Flygon. So there goes the Starbirth. We'll see what they get here with it. Because Flygon knocking out a vmax in just one shot is going to be really, really good. Collapse Stadium, we can just discard a Crobat. That's very fine. We could maybe even Ordinary Rod that Crobat and use it again later. So let's play down this Crystal Cave, and then I'm going to Ultra Ball away Grass and Research for another Hawlucha. And then I'm going to Research. We'll use the Crystal Cave. So this would do 240 if I attach another energy. I have a Grass and a Fighting, so I could attach another Fighting. So I have 200 HP left. Right now they're doing 240 with this. And I'm going to make their damage do 80 less, so they would do 160 to my Goodra, which will not knock it out. So we will go ahead and Rolling Iron and not use the Moisture Star yet. Just kind of hoping they can't boss and knock out this Flygon, because I really want to get to use Flygon in this matchup. Okay, they benched the Radiant Gardevoir. That's fine though, because our Flygon does have Choice Belt. And Trinity Nova for just 100 damage. Okay, there's RAIHAN. So, that means if we let them knock out this Goodra next turn, we can win on the following turn with the Flygon. So I think I might just let them take the knockout, because I want to win with the Flygon, right? So yeah, let's empty our hand a little bit. Well, Crystal Cave, so they don't think something's up, you know, 'cause if we don't use any of our stuff. And then we'll Rolling Iron. They'll go ahead and take the knockout on the Goodra, hopefully. Now, I could definitely get punished for this if they have, like, a Marnie or Roxanne or something. This could definitely go wrong if they manipulate my hand. But if they just go ahead and knock out the Goodra, like I want them to, but they can't knock it out with Flying Pikachu because I'm mitigating 80 damage. They'd only do 80 to me. So they definitely want to knock me out with the Espeon. Or maybe they're going to go for Fly. and try to flip a coin. And make me not be able to damage them next turn. But I need them to knock this out in order for the RAIHAN to work. And they have to knock it out with Espeon. Oh, they have boss's orders. Down goes the flygon. No. Okay, well the good news is we still win. The bad news is Flygon didn't get to... I mean, Flygon was a threat for them, but we didn't get to actually knock them out with Draconic Impulse. Very unfortunate. Looks like we are against a Regi deck. So we won't be needing Flygon. We will be needing Duraludon, though. We're going to bench the Duraludon, Crobat for 2, see if we can get some energy going. We do get 1 energy, and this one's going to go probably to Hawlucha, and we hope the Hawlucha doesn't get knocked out. That's going to be the plan here and pass. Marnie's fine because our hand was not great. We had a supporter, which is fine, but we'd really like to see more energy that we can discard. Okay, cool. That's at least 1 energy we can discard. Oh man, I really need this Hawlucha to live. Oh no. Okay. Whew, we're good. We're good. The Hawlucha lives. So Ultra Ball away this and this. Get the next Crobat. We'll go ahead and attach Choice Belt, bench this, and Crobat for 6. We can evolve. We can attach. And Marnie. Okay, so we can accelerate at least 1 with the Hawlucha. So Duraludon's going to be super strong here because they are only playing special energy, and Skyscraper prevents all damage done to Duraludon by Pokemon that have special energy attached. Of course, they can get around this if they're playing either Canceling Cologne or Path to the Peak. And Duraludon is going to start pulverizing. Let's go ahead and Marnie. If we could get another Duraludon benched, I think I would like to bench it as long as we have the other Duraludon VMAX. So we do have the other Duraludon VMAX here, but not another Duraludon V. So it's just going to be a swing with Gmax pulverization. And let's see if they have anything that can take care of this Duraludon. So Regice can do Blizzard Bind to me, which will say I can't attack next turn. So to get around that, I will need switches or boss's orders and get something else stuck up there. But they still can't damage me. So I have a lot of time to find switches. Or switch or escape rope. Also, if they just Blizzard Burn every turn, or Blizzard Bind every turn, and do 0 damage, if that's their plan, they have a smaller deck than I do, so they would deck out before I do in this case, if that's their only strategy here. No damage, but the effect stays. We do get a boss's orders. Let's see how many energy they have. Can they just accelerate more? They have a 1-card hand. They would need this in the active to draw more cards. Actually, the Regi is a little scary because if they do have, this has 3 retreat. This has 4 retreat, but they already have 1 energy in there that they can accelerate to it. So if they have another energy in hand, that's a problem. I think I'll bring up the Regi Steel. And right, I can't attack. We'll go ahead and attach this here. Because if we get a switch, then we can switch and retreat. And then we'll just pass. Okay, they have a boss's orders. Very, very nice. But that's actually pretty bad for them. And they also brought up the one with the energy, so I'll just retreat it. So that is a little odd. We'll just attach another energy, and then we'll go ahead and take a knockout. And they'll bring back up the Regi Ice, and we'll just need to find the switch. We also get our other Duraludon out of the prizes. That's really good, because now we can set up 2 Duraludons and potentially switch between them when needed. So if it looks like they do play Path to the Peak or Cologne because they're setting up to attack with Gigaton Break, and they can't do that unless they get around my Skyscraper ability. They're down 2 Ordinary Rod, which is something to note. So I could potentially go for their Regi Steel if I were to find another boss. Okay, Blizzard Bind 0 damage, but it can't attack next turn. We'll bench our other Duraludon, attach Metal, and pass. So they Pokestop. Oh, they do get... Wait, did they just get rid of that Path to the Peak? They do. They just milled Regi Ice, Path to the Peak, Aurora energy off the top of their deck with Pokestop. That's actually horrible for them. Very good for me. I'm going to evolve, attach, and pass. So I really don't want to dump my hand in case this comes to a deck out. Like, who decks out first, I want it to always be them. So I'm just going to keep passing here until I draw into a switch or a rope, or they make some kind of different play. Okay, well, I do get a boss. So I could always boss up the Regi Steel. How many energy do they have? 2, and they have a capture in hand, so I'm not going to do that. We'll just pass. They have the choice belt on Regi. They have the Path to the Peak. Okay, so they can knock out this Duraludon VMAX with Regi Gigas. And they do have a boss's orders in the discard pile, so a question will be, do they play more than 1 boss's orders? Because Regi Gigas decks sometimes even play 0 boss's orders. But they will be getting the knockout here on my Duraludon. I can return that knockout and replace the Path to the Peak. We need that fighting energy. And we want a stadium as well. And I'm also going to go grab Radiant Greninja, which doesn't hurt to bench. And then we'll knock out with Gmax Pulverization. And we'll see if they play more than 1 boss's orders. They're also down a good bit of Pokemon search. Okay, there's their last quick ball. My switch and rope are still available. Back to the Blizzard Bind strategy. We do need to draw into a switch or an escape rope. Neither of those. Boss's orders would also be helpful to have around, but it's not helpful right now because I can't attack. So we're gonna dump this hand and go for the switch or escape rope. We get the switch. Very good. So we'll go into Crobat. This removes that Blizzard Bind effect from our Duraludon, so we can switch retreat. And I'm also going to put back a couple of energy. For, if in case I need to switch and retreat again. So we got around that Blizzard Bind effect with the switching. They have Pokestop. That could help them find Ordinary Rod. There's Ordinary Rod and Choice Belt. The Ordinary Rod should help them out. But if they don't attack with the Regice this turn, we do have Boss's orders to bring it up. So there's the attached with the capture energy to Regi to get that Regice. Oh, and here's Boss's orders. No, and they win here by knocking out a Crobat. Oh, man. GG. So that is RAIHAN's team as a Pokemon TCG deck on the Pokemon trading card game online. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I really value your feedback on this brand new type of video on my channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon TCG content. Check out my sponsors and other links like my Discord in the description down below, and I hope to see you next time here on Celio's Network.